And now, it's Boomer Life, lifestyle discussion designed to make your life more engaging, meaningful, and complete. Celebrating the baby boomer generation, this is Boomer Life on CIL 650.
Welcome to Boomer Life on CIL 650. I'm Joanne Sutton. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to be focusing on the many positive living options available to seniors in this province. So today we've brought together a panel of experts, resident experts from the province, who make it their job to see that seniors here in BC feel empowered and educated about the options that are available that could dramatically improve their quality of life. So joining us in the studio today from the BC Seniors Living Association, we have Executive Director Marlene Williams. She's here, along with Judy Carter, who's been on the show once before. Judy is the General Manager of Origin at Longwood. That's in Nanaimo on Vancouver Island. And we also welcome Jan Robson to the studio. Jan is the Provincial Education Coordinator with the Alzheimer's Society of BC. Ladies, thanks to all of you for being here today.
Thanks for having us, Joanne.
And bringing your expertise. So our overall theme for the show today is basically the benefits of retirement living and how the BC Seniors Living Association acts as an advocate in presenting positive options for seniors. As well, our panel is going to be offering lots of information and ideas for identifying and dealing with some early stages of Alzheimer's and other dementias. So what we do at the beginning of every show, and we like to give you a little bit of information about our guests, is for you to tell us a little bit about yourself. So Marlene, can we start with you? We know you have a lot of experience in the seniors community. Please tell us a little bit more.
Thanks, Joanne. Well, my background is hospitality and tourism. I worked in the hotel and resort business for 20 years, and then I got headhunted to join the association, and it was kind of quite interesting because it was a lot of service-driven and a lot of compassion and caring that you might get in a hotel and a resort, and yet it was just for a different segment, and it was a new kind of challenge and beginning. So I have been with the association now going into my 9th year, and we represent the retirement communities in British Columbia that represent independent living and assisted living seniors. We house over 16,000 seniors in the province and have about 167 buildings that are part of our association. So what we do for those buildings is we provide education, and we provide advocacy, and we provide resources for them to operate at the highest standard of operation that they can to protect and house the seniors that call their community their home.
You become a voice for seniors.
Absolutely.
Advocate. How many years has the BC Seniors Living Association been around?
13.
13.
So
you
very
got
young.
in the early stages, right?
Yes.
9 years, so about 4 years into the program?
5 years into the association, they were looking for more of a service-driven aspect out there, and so they decided they would look for someone from a hospitality background.
Well, on behalf of baby boomers, actually, we're quite thankful that there is an organization to support our needs, because 15 years ago there wasn't. So our parents didn't have that kind of care. Judy Carter, welcome. And I know you've been here once before, and I also know that you are a bit of a hospitality expert yourself with a lot of concierge background and some years with the airlines. Maybe you could expand on that a little bit more for us and what you do right now.
Thank you. So my educational background is in psychology, and of course, as you mentioned, my professional career has been in customer service and hospitality. I spent over 30 years or 28 years in that industry. And so I've had the privilege to combine both disciplines to work at Origin at Longwood, and I find it very rewarding. Right now I'm the general manager. I've been the general manager for 3.5 years, but I did start with the company on the front line as concierge and worked through the different positions. So I have a really strong idea as to what it takes to drive a community such as ours.
Sounds wonderful. I think you're a perfect fit with the background in psychology and years of experience in customer service and concierge. That it just seems, and I can feel the empathy from you right from the start. It seems like a natural fit. We'll get to know a little bit more about your position at Longwood in just a moment. And Jan Robson, your first time with us on the show, and Jan is the Provincial Education Coordinator with the Alzheimer's Society of BC. So tell us a little bit more about yourself and what you do.
I've been with the Society 10 years as of the end of this month, and started out for about 6.5 years as the coordinator of the Dementia Helpline. And so that period of time for me was really crucial in terms of an understanding of a lot of the issues, because we got every imaginable question, I think, pretty much through the Dementia Helpline. And so it gave me a really good broad perspective of what some of the concerns are for people with dementia, as well as family members, as well as neighbors, friends, you name it, people that would call that didn't know how to handle different situations. So with that backing, I moved from there to a provincial coordinator position in programs and services. And I've been doing teleworkshops, which are our monthly webinars, provincial conferences. I was organizing provincial conferences, staff development, program development, and currently for the last year and a half have been in the advocacy and education department, continuing to do the webinars. But my main focus is healthcare provider education now. And so I have numerous workshops that I've been putting on around the province. Healthcare providers being broadly defined. So they are long-term care staff, they're community staff, independent living, dietary staff in facilities, anybody that's working in any capacity with people that might potentially have dementia.
So you get to travel a bit with your position, and so basically you're the voice of the Alzheimer's Society that takes the programs and support services and makes sure that they're being implemented into other communities around BC.
Giving people a foundation.
Okay.
We're calling the workshop, building a strong foundation for dementia care. And so it's giving the ABCs of dealing with people with dementia, basically.
Getting the word out.
Yep.
Excellent. It sounds like you're really passionate about your job. Did you have, can I ask, did you have a personal connection with Alzheimer's?
Yes, I did. Yeah, both my father and my grandmother. And so I had been peripherally involved with the society for many years prior to starting to work for them because of that. Okay. So that drives it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Back to Marlene with the BC Seniors Living Association. Tell us a little bit about the mission statement that you stand for.
Well, our mission is to ensure that the members of our association have all the resources that they need in order to run a retirement community. And part of that is building, policy and procedures manual. It's putting on education sessions. It's doing webinars. It's doing our annual conference. And it's giving them resources like the seal of approval, which we've talked about quite a few times on this show before, which is a self-regulatory model, which we go in and we assess the retirement community to ensure that they are running at the highest quality, best standards practices for that community in all aspects of an operation of the community. So we, in the last couple of years, there has been some emerging issues and challenges and some successes that have happened within our communities. And so we've worked we're starting to get more involved in advocacy and working with the government and helping the government with resources and to understand who we are, what we are, and how we can play a very active and beneficial role with them in keeping seniors happy and out of the long-term care segment. And so that's been coming a little bit more to the forefront.
And I think part of that would also make sure to ensure that we're all speaking the same language.
Absolutely.
That the government's terms of that when they designate some policy towards retirement living, that it has the same definition that your association does.
Yes, and we work very closely with them. We are being brought to the table on various task force. We work with the assisted living registrar quite a lot. We work with the seniors advocate, who has put out many, many papers in the last year and very much in the public eye. And we actually just read an article in the Victoria Times that based on the seniors advocate findings of her latest report that the Ministry of Health is looking at changing the strict requirements of assisted living to allow seniors to stay with assisted living longer and be able to age more in place, which is great for the operators that can do that, but it also helps in situations like what we're going to talk about today. Seniors that are in the early stages of dementia, they're not ready to go into long-term care, but how do our members work with them and help them, and how do the staff be trained for it? So, we have a lot on our plate, and we get really excited about new projects that we're doing. And as I think the years go on, the association gets bigger and broader in respect of how we work with our members to help them run the best that they can.
I think we could all say we really get excited about all the things you're doing as well. I think some of the major misunderstandings might be the definition of independent living or retirement living or assisted living. Can we just could we quickly cover that? And is it simple?
Well, it's fairly simple. I mean, independent living is a congregate living building where a senior moves into, and they either have a studio, a one-bedroom den, maybe even a two-bedroom, and they move in. They bring all their own furniture. They come and go as they please. They're active. We provide hospitality services for them, like 2 to 3 meals a day, possibly, housekeeping. Doing their laundry. We provide recreational services. There's usually a spa. There's recreational activities. There's all sorts of things in the building for them to be able to remain active. But they are definitely independent. They must be able to direct their own care so they can come and go as they please, yet the building provides a safe, secure environment for them. Assisted living, we are the only province in Canada that has an official assisted living registry. And with that, that registry falls under the Home and Community Care Act. And so if a senior starts to require assistance with daily living or maybe medication management, then they fall into the assisted living section, where they are allowed right now at the current framework right now. Our retirement communities can provide 2 prescribed services for them. And right now, those 2 prescribed services are
helping
assistance with daily living and medication
and
management.
Taking the proper medication.
Yes.
Okay.
There are actually 6 prescribed services that are available to be used. But right now, the current legislation says the prescribed services must go with the building, not the senior. And we're actually advocating that the prescribed services go with the senior, not the building. Therefore, if, for an example, somebody living at Origin Longwood doesn't need medication management, but she needs money management, then Judy should be able to say, okay, I can help you bathe and I can help manage your money. Right now, we can't do that. So we're working kind of with the government to massage that a bit. And
to tweak it.
Yeah, hopefully it's going to be a slow process, but hopefully down the road it will change slightly.
Well, and that's why you are the advocate and the voice for our seniors right now. The common thread that's brought us all together today, of course, we're going to talk about the needs of seniors and how the Alzheimer's Society fits into some of the programs that you're working on at BC Seniors Living Association. But just let's mention quickly that the last time you were here, there was some framework set in place to make sure that there were educational programs to train the proper staff to be able to support seniors communities and retirement communities. And it was through a program called the Senior Living Management Certificate Program. Did that ever get off the ground?
It's off the ground. It's up and running. The first classes start April 20, I'm going to say 23rd, but it might be 26th. I'm not sure.
The week of April 20th.
Yes. But it's interesting. When Judy said that she has been with Origin at Longwood for 8 years and she came up through the ranks, this is exactly what that certificate is. So it is designed for a person who is working in a retirement community and would like to make this their career. It's designed for someone like Judy, who maybe has a shining star that's right now working in housekeeping, and she thinks, you know what, she or he could be trained to be my assistant GM or to possibly take my place or go to another Origin community. And so that's why we developed this management certificate program. So it's for people that want to come in our industry, and it's for people that are in the industry that want to be mentored and groomed, or that just want to have a certification behind their name. And we're really excited that it's being ran in partnership with Vancouver Premier College. We're having an open house.
Okay.
On February 27th, Saturday.
Yeah.
It's from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
At the school?
At the school, 1338 West Broadway, and that's basically Broadway and Birch. And we're inviting everybody to come down. I'm going to be there. Some of my board of directors are going to be there. We're going to have the program coordinators, and we invite them to come in and talk to us about the program, what it is, why it's going to be great, and we're going to just try to get some participation of the certificate program. I think we've already got 4 students enrolled, so we're quite excited about that.
Oh, that's amazing.
And yeah, so that was I was quite excited to announce that today, that we're having a big open house.
Excellent. So if you want more information about any of the topics that we're covering hearing today, or more information about BC Seniors Living Association, please visit their website, BCSLA.ca. There's a lot to talk about here. You're listening to Boomer Life on CL 650, and joining us in the studio today from BC Seniors Living is Executive Director Marlene Williams, along with Judy Carter, General Manager, Origin at Longwood, which is in Nanaimo on Vancouver Island, and Jan Robson is here as well. She's the Provincial Education Coordinator with the Alzheimer's Society of BC. So still ahead, we're going to talk about identifying and dealing with early stages of dementia and Alzheimer's. That's all up next on Boomer Life on CL 650.
Celebrating the baby boomer lifestyle. This is Boomer Life on CL 650.